Alright, we are back, baby. Woo! And I'm stuck again. Fan-freaking-tastic. Hello everybody, Des Talks About Stuff here, aka Des. Welcome back for another episode of YOGtheory. Today, I am doing another episode of YOGtheory, even though it is still not Thursday. It is Sunday, and I am wearing my PJs, because Sleepy Sunday. I haven't actually done that in a while. Actually just came up with the idea because, like, I don't want to wear PJs, so Sleepy Sunday. But then I end up getting dressed, and then I'm like, I want to make a video, but I don't want to get dressed. I know, Sleepy Sunday. Alright, so that's what I'm doing today. Anyways, so yeah, welcome back for another episode of YOGtheory. Today, once again, I am gonna be talking about Lucky Blocks, but also not really Lucky Blocks. Kind of basically different worlds and stuff. You know, different series and stuff. Basically, just about all the series right now, of the series right now. So yeah, and yeah, So what I want to talk about is, basically I saw Nate Fate's video today, link in the description below, about, his YOGtheory, and well, actually not a few things on there make sense. Just about all of it makes sense. So, basically he's saying that Lucky Blocks is in the same universe, like same dimension as Shadow Fistful, which could actually be true, but as you can see, Shadow Fistful is not. It's a bit of the Shadow Fistful world is a little bit chaotic, a little bit run down and stuff. There are a few peaceful places, but it's mostly being controlled by Israfel, especially now and stuff. Cause yeah, it's been 3 years, guys. If you don't think Israfel hasn't been doing any chaos, then you are wrong. It's got to be all the chaos. So yeah, but anyways, so yeah, yeah, basically the Israel world, it's all like chaos and stuff, and like oh my god and stuff. But like it seems like in the Lucky Block universe and all the other universes, they seem pretty dang peaceful and stuff. Well, besides the mobs, Korvax, etc., and stuff like that. Oh, and Gary. Gary. But anyways, I think like how could you'd think, like, how could they really be connected if, like, the Shadow of Israel world is so chaotic, but that one seems a bit more peaceful, like, you know, like butterflies and flowers and stuff and pretty and like and stuff. Well, here's where the theory comes in. As we know, there are clones. You know, it's got been confirmed for quite a while. I mean, come on. I did 2 parts of the video, just 2 videos, guys. Like, 2 parts of videos, guys. Do not make me do 3. Do not make me do 3. I mean, I did talk about Duncan, but let's face it, there are clones for all people in New York's cast. It makes sense, people. Use your brains if you have one. But, yeah, anyways, so yeah, there are clones, and they keep them in Yog Labs, because that's where they make clones. If you die, you respawn and stuff. Well, like, you'd think, like, what happens to those clones? They get set free, right? Those clones get set free, like, there's a bunch of clones, and they do all kinds of different series and stuff. Well, maybe, or, here's where the theory comes in, the clones could be still locked up. They could be still locked up, like, still in, like, a test tube and stuff. And, like, then you might be asking, like, well, then how are they doing all these series? Well, here's the answer. They're in a simulation. Yeah, a simulation. I mean, it makes sense, like, when you think about it. 'Cause, like, if you have a bunch of if Yog Labs made a bunch of clones, they wouldn't set them free, right? They would not set them all free. They probably set, like, 1 free, probably set like one free, do whatever they want and stuff. But like if they have multiple clones, then they would not set them free. They would keep them locked up, right? And so they put them in a simulation. That it makes sense. Seriously, like, and you might be asking, like, oh, what about like the new server and stuff? How they go from the old world to the new world? Well, as you know, from the Owl Island series, Hannah and Nalzi made a portal that goes to the new world, and maybe they went through it. Maybe it's part of simulation. Or actually, I just thought of this. Maybe YOGLabs decided to get rid of some of the clones because it's like, okay, we have way too many clones. We need to get rid of some of them. We need to get rid of some of them and stuff. So they took off a few clones, and that's why Hat Films is not on a new server, because they got rid of them. They got rid of just about all the Hat Films guys and come from the server from the server, and that might be also explain why Martin isn't in there. Of course, he isn't playing Minecraft anymore, but it could still be possible. But yeah, basically the clones that they have left, the clones that they decided to keep, they put them in a new simulation. But they decided to do a little experiment from them, they want to explain why Hat Films isn't there and stuff. So basically, they had Hat Films and Flux Buddies get into a war, and that makes sense. And of course, Flux Buddies won. Yay, Flux Buddies! So the Flux Buddies could destroy Hat Corp, and basically, I bet the real thing was they had two choices: either get rid of Hat Corp or get rid of the Flux Buddies. So of course they had them go into a war, and whoever won got to go to the new world, and the Flux Buddies won. So they got rid of Hat Corp, and that's that. And yeah, and the others like Nalzi and Hannah, they decided to keep because reasons unknown. So yeah. But you might be thinking, what about at the first episode of Flux Buddies 2.0, where they were in the new world, and they said that they met three lovely guys with like these weird like dogs with big nose and stuff like that and mustaches, and they offered them the place of the deal, and then the creepy Hat Films music started playing. Well, you see, although they didn't know who they were, I bet YOGLabs still didn't want people to get suspicious, like, why aren't Hat Films here? Because we know they didn't exactly die in the war. Yeah, but maybe. So they're like, okay, we need in a simulation, we need to put the guys there and make them think that they're okay and stuff, that they're just hiding. They're just hiding. So they put up a simulation of them, not the actual clones of them, but a simulation of them, and they're all in the same simulation because they can all interact with each other and stuff. Like Duncan, Kim, Hannah, Nalzi, all of them and stuff like that. And yeah. So, and also, there's one more thing to cover. If they're in a simulation, then what is reality? Glad you asked. Well, of course, reality is going to be YOGLabs, obviously, but also, there's a chance that it could be the Hypercube series. Why? Because it is also linked to YOGLabs, and the original Duncan is there. Not a clone Duncan, the original Duncan. And he was he must have been in his own simulation the whole time and stuff. So basically, YOGLabs and Hypercube are in the same universe, and Lucky Blocks, like in my last theory, Lucky Blocks has to do something with YOGLabs, and and that's where the clones are. The clones that were released out. They're in Lucky Blocks, they fight in Lucky Blocks. YOGLabs is using them. They're using clones of themselves, and the originals are the ones who run the YOGLabs. Well, the original Simon and, well, actually not the original Simon, because original Simon is frozen up somewhere in a simulation, as we all know. But YOGLabs is basically YOGLabs is run by the real Lewis, who I still stand the fact that he's being controlled by Israfel, I swear. I'm adjusting the chair. So I still very much believe that fact that he is being controlled by Israfel somehow, and he is using actually the original people, not like clones and stuff. He's using the original people, like the originals, to fight in Lucky Blocks. That's what he's using, and the strongest will go to his army. It makes sense. And the person that the Lewis that is fighting in Lucky Blocks, that is one of his clones. It's not the real him. It's not an act. It's a clone. It's just another clone, because the real Lewis, or Lewis, is running YOGLabs, watching them just fight. And I have a theory that the whole Lucky Blocks place is also just a room in YOGLabs, because we've seen the outside, because we know that YOGLabs specializes in like outdoor simulations and stuff. Like, I mean, we've seen a few. They weren't the greatest, but that was just for testing the clone Simons. They're using the real good stuff for the most important stuff of all. So yeah, that's basically my theory. The clones are all in a simulation, and they're using the real people, besides Lewis, to form an army in Lucky Blocks. So yeah, that's my theory for now, guys. I hope it made sense, because I hope I didn't get too mixed up with things to make your mind explode. I hope your mind didn't explode, and if it did, I am so sorry. So sorry. But yeah, leave a like on this video if you did, and subscribe if you want to for more videos like this, and more I do. Yoke's Cascading Sim should be uploaded later today. Happy Mother's Day, guys. Yay. So yeah, and also comment down below your theories if you want to share theory. If you want to share a theory, maybe show up in another YOGtheory video. Most likely will, because I am still a bit running out of theories, but I'm coming up with a few, like this one and the last one I did yesterday. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.